Yo guys, Coach Theo here on Common Sense. Today we'll be talking about the right thing, doing the right thing for the right reasons. It's gonna be a long and complicated video, so if you're not ready to listen and reflect on the meaning of this life, just turn off the video, alright? When you break it down, our human experience, our life on this earth, to its fundamentals, you really only have two choices in this life. Do I want to be a force for good in the world or a force for evil? And of course, if you lack a belief in that these things even exist, you don't believe in God or a higher power, whatever you call it, you're an atheist or nihilist. Is there a difference, really? But you're someone that thinks there's no meaning to everything going on here. It's all just a coincidence. Every function of me is just biology. And the right thing doesn't exist because there doesn't really exist such a thing as objective morality. Well, then, of course, you're less prone to doing the right thing, especially for the right reasons. You might coincidentally do the right thing purely based on emotion or because you personally have something to gain from it. You do what's technically the right thing, but not because it's the right thing, but because you can get something out of it. While if you're someone on the other side of the spectrum, someone that knows that this life is a quest to becoming the best individual I possibly can be in order to have the best impact on the world I possibly can have, well, then all that really matters to you is doing the right thing in and of itself. It doesn't matter if other people know what you're doing, if you get praised for this, or if you're making money doing this or gaining other benefits from whatever you're doing. No, what truly matters is you doing the right thing. And I'm going to tell you why this is what's going to serve not only the world, but you the best in the end. And why it's okay to have some selfish desires. You just need to balance it with doing the right thing. So, doing the right thing means completing your quest of giving love to the world and yourself, which is really the same thing. But it's the last part there that's kind of tricky. If you're someone that struggles with this, but see, everyone else is doing it, or see, they are getting away with it. It seems like I am on the losing end if I'm supposed to do the right thing. Blah, 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 blah. Thing is, though, that beneath your persona and identities you've picked on, your defensive coping mechanisms, the ego stories you tell yourself in order to justify your behaviors, deep down, beneath all of that, there's an aspect of you that knows the truth. Your conscience knows what the right thing is, no matter what you might tell yourself you think. Deep down, you know that if other people are assholes or losers, it doesn't justify you being that way. You have a certain way you know is the right way to be, and if you go against that, you're going to hell. And I don't mean some imaginary fiery place after this life. I mean your experience will be one on hell on earth. And this is how I know that the most evil people in the world think, very powerful, rich people, that they are having a terrible time. Because it's easy to think like, look, they're getting away with this. Look at all these things they're doing. And they seem to be doing all right. But this kind of person is just doing all right like the drunk is doing all right. While they're drunk, it's fun now. But it's an escape from pain and it comes at a price. It just breaks you down and leaves you worse off afterwards. And you need to go back. You need to go further into your intoxication to be able to escape. So this is what some people, they might think, oh, they're just on an ego trip, they're high. And below all of that, they are suffering and they'll be paying the price. Trust me. And I had to find out about this the hard way. It's over 5 years ago now when I hit rock bottom in life, started having those daily panic attacks that forced me to change myself and my life forever. So leading up to that, I was very miserable and I had a lot of critiques, opinions about the world and people. They're like, this is wrong, people are doing this, they should be doing this. Thing is, I was right about all those things, but what was catching up to me was the fact that I was the problem. The misery, the terror I was feeling, the hate inside me, I projected it onto the world, the things I was right about, but it was projecting what I was really truly feeling about myself. It caught up to I was catching up with the fact that like one critique I had, for instance, were women, feminism. How women, they are terrible these days. They're so spoiled with this and that. They get away with this. They're slutty. They should be more like this. Blah, 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 blah. Thing is, though, that I was a very poor excuse of a man, and I justified this by, well, the girls are good. Why should I try to be a good man? All the girls, they are blah blah blah. But more and more, I started realizing that, you know, getting drunk and high all the time, sleeping around with girls, watching porn, playing video games for hours and hours on end, this kind of stuff. This is describing a loser, a pathetic excuse of a man, and it doesn't make a man isn't better doing those things just because girls are behaving in a bad way. Yeah, I was the problem, and so what I'm going to talk about, we'll see what comes out now, but I'm going to take examples from my personal life as I often do. And speaking of doing the right thing for the right reasons, you're just going to have to determine for yourself if I'm doing it to teach you something, to show you something, or just to be praised. Like, look what a good person I am. Theo, you're so good in what you're doing. But that one thing I started because you have to act in alignment with what you think is the right thing to do, not with what other, not base the right thing to do on what other people do. And so I had to realize I had known for a long time deep down that I really want a traditional girl, with a low body count, doesn't sleep around, is not a slut, has more traditional views on gender roles and such. And yeah, I was not living in alignment with that at all. So I realized I had to become the source of what I seek. So I've been a bold self for almost 5 years. And people think that's weird. And don't you think I'm tempted many times? Fuck. Almost no one is like this. How will I find a girl that meets my standard with this? Yeah, I should just fuck some girl, I'm losing out to the pleasure. Blah, blah, blah. Thing is, though, I would dislike myself for that because I know it's not the right thing to do, and it's not good for me, and it's not good for this poor girl either that doesn't know any better. I'm enabling her poor behavior. So even if people think I'm strange and I'm losing out on this pleasure, that's just the path I had to go on. And this time around, when I changed my life after panic attacks, I started working out for the right reasons. Okay, I had previously in my life, I had only done it because if you're fat, the right thing to do for yourself is to lose weight, and for if you're a fat parent, you're basically dooming your kid to be very likely to go on the same path. And no one wants to be fat. We all know it's not the right thing. Behind all the body positivity, we know the truth. We know the truth of things. And if you're under muscled and weak, building yourself up, building muscle, that's the right thing to do, etc. But so previously in my life, I had only done this for the wrong reasons. I'm only doing this so to gain status. Guys are supposed to think I'm cool, I'm buff. Girls are gonna find me attractive, hot. But this time around, I started doing it for the right reasons, to take good care of myself, because it's the right thing to do. And then, this is the point. It's not that you can't desire things and want some other thing. Want girls to find you attractive, there's nothing wrong with that. It just shouldn't be your main motivation. When you do things for the right reason, do the right thing for the right reasons, you can enjoy these other things as almost a side effect. It's not your focus, And yeah, the take a thing like having this YouTube channel. I'm talking now about the struggle with all of this, finding the balance, because I started doing my videos and content purely because I was so happy about the change I managed to do in my life. And in my eyes, it's always been the right thing to do. When I find something that I think is life-changing, people have to know. Doesn't matter. The only reward I need is people knowing and benefiting from this. Then suddenly it's part of your work. You're thinking, I need to be getting clients. I need to be making money. And all of a sudden when people want free advice that you've been happy to do, you're saying, I should be making money for this. I should be recognized for this. But that was not really the point in the end. So look, there's a balance here, because both, it's not wrong to desire some things for yourself, but also the other thing is, it's not that you're supposed to completely sacrifice yourself to the world, then you will be of no good. No, you need to take care of yourself with like health, money, and that, because the better you're doing, the better you are, the better off you are, the more you can give to the world. But it's this balance though. Like I never went into doing what I do to make money. It's the other way around. To be able to do this, I have to make money. Be able to make money on it, and I need certain things for me. It's also the loving thing, just knowing what you deserve. But sometimes you have to kind of slap yourself and remind yourself what the right thing is, because sometimes, when things are slower, I don't have a huge channel, I don't always get as many clients as I'd like, and people want advice for free and stuff, help. You kind of sort of, I should be getting something out of this, I bring so much value, but I have to remind myself that's not really what it was about to begin with, and things I will do is, do you know how many times I've just some little guy, some young fella that I've started talking to in the gym or the sauna, I just had a session with them, and it's worth a lot. It's worth a lot. I could charge a lot for that, but my goal here is just to transfer all the knowledge I can. It's a gift for myself, knowing that the things that I have done so much good for me, I get to give that to someone else at an even earlier stage of their life, and they can exceed me. They can reach even higher heights. I'm having a positive impact on the world. That's the most important thing in the end. And I think, I don't know what, it's just something I'm thinking about now. And many of these videos I just start and I don't quite know where I'm going. But do you know, like, when you truly do the right thing, you're living in alignment with with love and the truth, what you know to be right. Do you know what a good feeling that is? You don't need anyone to know. Like we all, I say, we go into these temptations sometimes, like with, oh, I should be making money from this, or oh, I'm doing so good, right? The people, I should be recognized for this somehow. It's not wrong to want something of that, but it's not what truly matters in the end. And it's such a good feeling, when you know always that my conscience is pure. Yes, maybe I don't have, I don't know, the girl I want yet. Maybe I don't have quite the life I want, all the money I have, all the things I want, whatever it is, But I can definitely say I am the way I think you're supposed to be. I love myself. Everything I would look up to in another person exists within me. You just have peace. You feel good. And so about doing the right thing, it's in regards to yourself, taking good care of yourself with health and all of that. But doing the right thing, this is why doing the right thing to yourself and others is the same thing. Because if you're doing something bad to someone else, you're doing it to yourself too. Because whatever justification again, all that, it's no good. So what I also want to say is, well, remember, it's never too late to do the right thing. You repent. That's what they say in Christianity, right? Because this is not about being perfect either. We always will be struggling with some things. We'll fall into selfish ego behaviors and stuff. But then the right thing after that point, it's always the here and now is all we have. Repenting, making up for it. So, for instance, if there's someone you currently know you're doing wrong, you should stop with that. If there's someone you did wrong, and you haven't apologized, you should do that, and so on. It's never too late. And many times, if there's someone I do this, in all relationships, if there's some kind of conflict, I always try to see my side and apologize for my side. And when someone else is doing you wrong too, the ego is going to be, no, I don't want to. They should, because they did this. They actually did worse. It doesn't matter. The other people don't matter in this. You doing the right thing matters. And because the ego thinks you're losing out by being the bigger person, but you don't. If you always know, well, I did everything I could, I did the right thing, you will love yourself for that. And I guess one thing with all of this too, because I'm telling you this, that this is the key to just inner peace and that, but it's something because sometimes we're not doing the right thing by judging ourselves too harshly. I'm someone that had quite a difficult year last year for reasons, but then also how that influences my ability to give to others. I'm so much more drained. I don't have the same capacity to give, and I judge myself harshly for that. But the thing is, looking at it, I did nothing wrong to anyone. I just did less. I was just less capable at the time. And even when I'm fucking suffering, I try to smile and ask the cashier. This is always my example. Like, how are you doing? How's your day? Stuff like that, because that it might seem like a small thing, but here in Stockholm, Sweden, no one does that, by the way. But, because I know how much that means to me in a spot like that. And, yeah, I guess it's both. I'm telling you all of this, that this is the key to feeling good about yourself and living a good life, completing your life mission. But it's also a reminder, if you're struggling and feeling really poorly right now, because of the lack of, oh, I don't have a girl or a boyfriend or the job I like or the money like, the things, I'm a loser in this regard. Well, that no one knows me, I'm not recognized for these things. Well, what truly matters is, are you having a good impact on the world? Are you completing the mission? Because of all of that, it doesn't matter if someone else knows, if you're recognized in that. You need to find meaning in doing the right thing when no one is around to know it. Okay? That's also small little things I've started changing. I know it's a long video and it's just a random rant, so things that pop up, But I talked about people doing the right, people think, see, I do this, they're good, but are you doing it for the right reason though? Like, how many people don't, I don't know, pick up trash from the, or pick up trash. A lot of people would just throw trash, somewhere. If they don't think I'm being watched, so I put it in the bin here. You didn't really do it because it's the right thing to do. It's like in the gym, in a gym I work in now. There are opening hours when no one, you can get in, but no staff is there. People just leave weights around, like fucking assholes, just because no one sees it. And well, on some level, they think they're fucking selfish pieces of shit for these little things. And it's optimizing this, just becoming better and better and better, not from some, like, it's not ego then. It's not feeling good about actually being good. There's nothing wrong about that. You don't feel the need to rub it in other people's face and that. And to be honest, there's not even anything wrong with that. It's all about motivation. That this is something, I sometimes go into like characters, like I'm always authentic here, but you exaggerate things, and I can be a bit arrogant. I can be a little like this, and I can speak harshly to other people. But I know that I'm doing this to trigger reaction within a person that ultimately will lead to a positive outcome from them. But do you know how much shit I get in my life for like saying things that offended someone, and now this happened, and da 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 da. In doing the right thing, you're going to have to take shit that you don't deserve. That actually the people that are more selfish and stuff, they will accuse you of being selfish and shit. And yeah, that's the thing. You have to just take the king is alone. Like you just have to take joy and feel good about knowing that, well, even if I'm not recognized, either I'm getting shit that I don't really deserve, but I know why. It's because I'm so fucking good. I'm so fucking good, and it feels good to be this good. I feel sorry for these people that can't receive me, the gift that I am. There's nothing wrong. Like, I'm trying to, there's so many things to think and talk about this. I guess I could have made many videos, but it's a balance. It's a balance, like, there's nothing wrong with having selfish desires or having ego even, but it is that balance. It is that balance. Don't be all about your personal gain and like that's the thing, do you know that when I'm in the most alignment, I know that for me this is the best thing, that I know that when I just love what I do, I love spreading the things I know in order to improve people's lives, and I just do that based purely on that. I happen to know that this is also what will lead to me making money, getting clients, because there will be a lot of great free advice to people, and that's the right thing, but just from doing this, I know that it will align with someone being, this guy is fucking awesome, I want more help to him, or I want to give back somehow. If I don't hire him, I will owe him a favor. And that, so you see, you don't do something just as some kind of what's that word? What's that word I'm looking for? But I don't know, just as a pure sacrifice word, but you don't do anything to extract value from other people either. But you find that perfect alignment, just knowing that in doing the right thing, it will serve my selfish desires as well. It can be, it's when you find this, that yeah, I like to work out to improve my appearance. It's not the main reason I'm doing this. So I just know that when I do what makes me the healthiest, strongest individual, it just so happens that it leads to looking the way I selfishly desire, like that as well. All right. And a lot of things, by the way, about you being good looking and being good, strong and all that, it's not just good for you, it's good for everyone. you can now literally you can lift a stone for someone, but you're also serving as an example. You're showing what's possible for other people. And yeah, guys, I could just go on and on about these topics. I find it fascinating. I find it so difficult sometimes to pin down what I'm about on this channel. I see I talked for so long. The sun, speaking of that, that's good. There's not much sun going on these days, so I'll catch some of it. No, but guys, really, it's like I'm looking for some conclusion here, but it's crazy. Do you know that what we're talking about here right now? It's not like most people get this. We're rare. That's the interesting thing with this, with the right thing. The world is not going to confirm you, validate you completely in that yes, you know best, you know the right thing. It's actually most other people that are lacking, and you're doing the right thing. It's unusual. It's uncommon sense. It's called uncommon sense because it's all uncommon. Um, but yeah, guys, it's like this life. We're playing it on different levels, and if you reach the level when you know this, you're gonna realize, oh, man, like what I have to do in this world, it really has nothing to do with what the other people do. It's following that what I know to be the right thing, and just doing it. Last thing I should say is that the right thing, there are certain moral things, of course, but the right thing, like your quest, what you do for a living and stuff, that's of course different for different people, and that's really about you. You have to do your quest, find what you're supposed to do, not what you think you're supposed to, or what you think may give you status or blah blah blah. You gotta find the right thing for you with those kinds of things. I hope this video was good. I never know, and I just go off about all these different things, but let me know if you thought so, by the way. Uh, I coach holistic bodybuilding. Yes, we train body, but mind and soul as well, as you can tell from this kind of video. So you can reach me on Instagram, send me a direct message, or email me. If you want to know about my different options for coaching, it's in the description below. You can become a member of the channel, just support me and my content. I appreciate that a lot. And please, well, like and comment, but subscribe for more content about fitness, fasting, losing weight, building muscle, self-improvement, stoicism, mental health, philosophy, spirituality, mindset. It is a mindset, guys. Just do the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Peace.